Hi there guys, Sam here, welcome back to another video. You join me once again in my Mark 7 Golf R for the start of a new year. Talk a little bit around the channel, some of the ideas I have, and yeah, get straight into this topic. So let's get into this one. So first of all, very happy new year. Hope everyone's all well. Yeah, 2021 set to be, hopefully a bit of an eye-opener after what we've all experienced last year. So let's go through and enjoy it and look forward to the future. But from the automotive perspective, I've got a few ideas of what of what things I'd like to kind of push through in the channel. I think I had a lot of comments from you guys actually with a few suggestions as well, which is great. It's always helpful. It's a community channel at the end of the day. But I think certainly the main topic for me is I spent a lot of last year probably building up the Mark 8 Golf R, which I think you all enjoyed. I certainly enjoyed it. It's it's an interesting topic, particularly from someone sitting in a Mark 7 Golf R. Having the chance to actually drive that car myself is probably certainly the next step. Based on the situation that we're still in at the moment, unfortunately, it's pretty difficult to, bring immediate content like that to you. But I've been having a little look around VW dealers. I went there today. I put a clip on camera, and I was looking for sort of Mark 8 stuff. I was like, and I couldn't even find a Mark 8 Golf. I saw like a Mark 7.5 the estate, which I mentioned before a couple of weeks ago. That looked really cool. I think it was up for about 28 grand, 7.5 facelift. I mean, that car for me says, what more would you possibly want? I've seen comparisons and reviews and stuff from magazines, and particularly an Evo magazine I read, I think last year or the year before, and it's basically like it's more practical than the Porsche Macan. Technically faster because the Macan now has the same EA AAA engine as these Golf R's, and it's a little bit lighter. And I'm like, it's got a lot going for it. Okay, it doesn't have a Porsche badge, which is why you pay for what you pay, and it's not an SUV. But yeah, I think it's an amazing car. Looks wise, I'm not so sure. I think it could do better at the back, which is a real weird one. State should look better. Anyway, estates aside, I did see a T-Roc R again. It was, I think it was a different one. It was in black. They do look pretty smart. 33.5 grand, that one, with I think it had about 8,000 miles. Looked nice, but there wasn't really anything else to shout about. I saw a horrible, just standard T-Roc Cabriolet. I don't know why. Why would you build that car? I mean, there must be a market for it, for that sort of crossover convertible thing. Think of Range Rover Evoque convertible and stuff. But yeah, certainly not one for me. And yeah, really not good. I saw a few ID3s in the back, but they were too far back, and it's all sort of closed off. This was basically me just passing on my run. But I didn't see any sort of GTI, Mark 8s, Club Sports, or obviously the Mark 8 Golf R. And they're kind of the three that I kind of am most interested in. And certainly if I've got a goal for the channel, it's to try a Mark 8 Golf R. I'll probably want to try it a few times, actually. I think it's one of those things where you only ever really understand something when you actually get a good feel and a decent amount of time and different experiences with it. When I test drove this Mark 7 Golf R, it was kind of like, you're very excited because it's a new thing. It's 300 brake horsepower. And I had test drove Golf R's before, but this was one that I was quite close to considering purchasing. And then when I came back on the drive home after buying it, I was like, you're a little bit flat. It's something sort of different. It's different sort of cruising on the motorway. It's a different experience. You never really understand it until you live with it daily. So that's one thing to do. I don't know if I can get a test drive from a dealer. Maybe it might have to be something that's I can feed back to you in the future. But if you are a subscriber of my channel and you are purchasing a Mark 8 Golf R, please let me know. Let me know your experience. If things get better and people would be generous enough to, I'd massively appreciate checking it out, seeing what it's like. That's up for you. Comments, ping me on Instagram. That would be quite cool. That I think that's it's certainly something that's going to happen this year. I spent so much time last year going on about the car. I certainly wanted to push it through. And I'll be honest, I was disappointed that it was so expensive. That's why I did those videos. Because I was like, damn, if it was just just a little bit, well, a fair bit less actually, it might have made sense. But yeah, I think, see how things go. But it probably is inevitable. I probably will get one, whether or not it's this year or in 2 years time when it's sort of come down a little bit. We'll have to see. You'll have to stay tuned to the channel for that one. I'm as interested as you are. Other things outside VW products, I still think they're all cool. You know, Club Sport S and not Club Sport S. Yeah, the Club Sport and the GTI I still think are right up there. And obviously it's interesting to see how the ID3 and the ID4 goes, because that's the future. But stuff like fast forwards, I'm not really seeing anything that's particularly blowing my mind, which is a bit of a shame. So yeah, if they throw something out there, it might interest me to put something on the channel. Porsche is always interesting. That's one thing that will be happening this year. I've got a few like part 2s to finish off from last year's stuff. So if you're a Porsche fan, you're going to get content on that. I do proper experience test drives at Porsche Silverstone, and I drive those cars hard, and I spend a lot of time in them. So I do actually feel like I gain a good understanding of the cars to actually feed back to you. And I think that will help, and I can only encourage other people to try and do the same. I'm not in a position to buy a lovely Porsche to sit on my drive, but you know, I think the main part of those kind of cars is the experience, and I like getting those experience. So I think 718 GT4, PDK manual, try those, and think the GTS as well, the 4-litre PDK manual. I'll certainly be trying those this year, 100%. I've missed not doing experience days last year. You know, we got a vaccine. You like to think things are going to start settling down, and yeah, I'll be able to show that, well, share that with you guys, share the experience, see how I get on, show what the car's like, and share my thoughts. So those are quite cool. Throwing a little bit of a curveball outside the channel, something that I sort of thought to myself while sitting there on New Year's Eve through the night. I said, you know, try and be a bit more open-minded, try and think of what the future's going to be like, and try to embrace the things that potentially you're not certain on. And one of the things I'm not certain on is electric cars. And I think the manufacturer that are right top of their game is probably not VW, because, yeah, they've invested billions in ID3s and the technologies around that. But, you know, hear this saying, you know, no amount of money will ever buy you a second of time. Time is the key for a lot of things to gain, yeah, just every sort of experience on it. And for me, the people that are top of the game are Tesla. You know, a bit controversial with Elon Musk and his plans, but you know, he's getting out there, isn't he? He's trying something new, and they have been in the game for over a decade, and they have the technology and they have the ability to. I think they're bringing out a lot of cars this year which are close to sort of like the 400-mile mark for electric range, which is pretty good for like a 2.5-ton saloon car. That's impressive. And they are becoming more affordable, put it that way. I had a little check actually. You can get a 19-plate Model 3, okay, it's a rear-wheel drive one, with autopilot and all the things, for £35,000. 15,000 miles, that one. So, and they have 4-year warranty as well on those cars. So that's quite interesting, because it's like, you know, you've got simplified looks and interesting build quality, but a very technical iPad type display with lots to learn and lots to experience, something that I would actually like to know a little bit more about and to get stuck into it. So I'm going to try that this year. I'm fortunate enough to be in an area where there are a few little Tesla spots to kind of sit and talk to people. Maybe even if I just get the opportunity to tell them that I have the channel with an audience of this, can I sit in one of your cars and talk through the tech? Something like that. But we'll see. But that's certainly something cool on the horizon, and I think it's interesting. I want to be more open-minded in the fact that whether or not it's the solution, it's certainly a step towards trying to find the solution. I think that's always a good thing. I love my combustion cars. I love my manual gearboxes. You know, nothing will change on that sort of stuff. And you know, I love my track day experiences. But there's no getting away from it. You know, I'll go on a run, and particularly on cold days, the amount of crap that comes out the back of the exhausts, it doesn't half get into your lungs. Yeah, it's nice to see. Yeah, just to see what it's going to be like. I love my cars. Yeah, I think it's a good, promising sign, and something that I want to embrace basically and share with you lot on the channel. So there we go. There's a few things to mull over. Quick little video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments of what you'd like to see if you're interested in the stuff that I've kind of talked about. I'll still keep up with the same similar type of content as I've done before as well, but I do want to add a few more things in there. Certainly sort of like try and do a bit more dedicated pieces as well, if I get the chance. But for me, it's certainly having the experience myself and then sharing it with you as best as I can. Once again, thanks so much for all the support. You know, you guys are fantastic. You certainly motivate me for this year to kind of kick on and push on, and that's really, really good. And I thank you all for that. And hopefully, I can keep you, somewhat entertained or interested in the information that goes on. Still love the Mark 7 Golf R. I just, it's weird. I've thought about, just do it. Take the plunge. Buy a Mark 8 Golf R and just be done with it. Do it now. You know, it's going to be great. But I'd miss this car. I'd miss it too much, I think. I love the looks. I love the 3-door looks. I love the manual gearbox. I'm not quite ready to say goodbye to it. So the only real way I could do it is if I had both. And that certainly is going to be a stretch. So cool things. Certainly I'd love to be a YouTuber in a situation where I can do all these amazing things and share more with you. But I'm going to try and do what I can with what I've got, because that's all you can do. Don't think about the things you can't do. Think about the things you can do. It's going to be a positive channel. It's going to be a good year. I'm really looking forward to it. I'd like to build on the momentum that we've had last year and the time spent with you lot. But you're a big part of the channel, so please drop your comments as always. And anything interesting as well of the topics that I kind of talk about. Those are the sort of stuff I'm interested in. Hopefully those are the sort of stuff you're interested in as well. And we've got a cool automotive future. We've got the biggest change kind of ever happening for us. And yeah, I want to learn more and I want to share it with you. But listen, thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day, fantastic rest of your week. Enjoy the start of 2021. Get stuck in. Don't hold back. And I hope you enjoy the channel for the rest of the year. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers, guys.